I tend to play Starbound in a pseudo-creative mode. I'm someone who focuses more on building cool stuff like villages and cities, and I have several mods that do things like creating custom NPCs and changing their appearances. Most of the time, admin mode is active, and I'm either spawning in the various blocks I need for a building or getting them from the workbench. But building stuff can get kinda tiring, placing down each and every single block one at a time, or four at a time, or whatever. And yes, I am aware that WEdit and other similar mods exist, and I'm sure mods like those make building easier than simply using the matter manipulator. I have no experience using any of them though. Still, why not skip all of that? Why not skip building entirely? Why not wave a magic wand and spawn in a bunch of prefab structures from blueprints? Well, there's now a mod for that, CityScaper. This mod released a couple weeks ago as of the time I'm making this video, and I feel like I gotta say this up front. I love this. This mod was right up my alley. It's not without its flaws, and I'll get to those later on. Right now, though, I need to find a place to properly show off this mod, what it's capable of. How about this nice and empty frackin' universe tabula rasa planet? CityScaper begins at the Inventor's Table, where you'll find a new crafting station called the City Planning Table. This is where all the blueprints for the mod's prefab building elements and structures are. Each one costs a certain amount of pixels and ancient essence to craft. The more substantial the structure or dungeon, the more money it costs. Holding a blueprint shows a preview of the building or room you want to place at the mouse cursor. Some blueprints have a bunch of pink tiles which indicate spaces in the blueprint that won't touch the environment once used. Right-clicking while holding a blueprint brings up the same crafting menu you get from the City Planning Table. To give you an idea of what you can do with CityScaper, one blueprint included is the Avian Airship. Like, the entire Avian Airship dungeon that can spawn in vanilla Starbound. Complete with NPCs even, and it costs a lot to craft. It's also the only full dungeon that you can spawn in the base mod. The rest of the building elements here include prefab outposts and high-level city rooms, along with separate roof elements, and all of the structures that can spawn in a floor and hut village. No other dungeons, villages, or village structure blueprints are part of this mod at this time. In other words, you won't find anything related to the Apex, Nova Kids, Glitch, or humans here, and I'm not gonna lie, I found that a little disappointing, knowing that the base mod only has a small handful of blueprints to play with. There's also no way to create your own blueprints while in game. I don't know how feasible it would be to add such a feature, but personally, I'd love to see something like that, if it's possible. All that said, if you really wanted to, you could cover an entire planet with floor and hut village structures or the prefab hilotl and outpost rooms. Just be very careful where you place your buildings and rooms. You do run the risk of accidentally overwriting already existing structures with this. I'd also recommend grabbing a mod like extra zoom levels so you can more easily see where you're building. Really, the biggest complaint I have about CityScaper, call it a nitpick if you want, is the small number of blueprints in the base mod. The keywords there are in the base mod. I say that because not only can you still spawn in dungeons with admin commands, CityScaper has a party trick. It has its own set of mods, add-ons, modules which include their own sets of blueprints. Now, at least that's one of CityScaper's goals, to have a bunch of add-ons. There's only one add-on at this time, which adds support for the Saturnian race mod. Within this add-on or module are blueprints for every structure in the Saturnian mod, including the building elements and rooms that make up the Saturnian sky cities, Wasnim stuff, spaceships, and merchant houses. In short, tons of new blueprints to use. Other mods that might be getting CityScaper support sometime soon include Arcana and Shellguard, at least according to the mod Steam Workshop page. I cannot wait to see those and more CityScaper add-ons released. The mod's creator, Nebulox, has posted a guide on how to create your own add-ons for CityScaper. It's one of the discussion topics on the mod Steam Workshop page. And that's really about it. There isn't much to CityScaper, but what it does is... I freaking love it! I don't know how else to say it, at least in ways I haven't used up already. It reminds me of this one Minecraft mod I loved playing around with, Instant Massive Structures. That functioned kinda like CityScaper, namely in the fact that it also uses blueprints. Actually, I think that mod called them recipes. But it also had the ability to make your own blueprints or recipes while in game, taking things you've built and turning them into prefabs. You could also download other people's blueprints, and if I remember right, it had a preview mode too. I could be wrong on some of that though. It's been a while since I've messed with instant massive structures. Maybe future me will correct present me about that, should he decide to mess with instant massive structures again. Regardless, CityScaper is a great Starbound mod. I wish there were more blueprints out of the box, and you might not want to download this because of that. But the fact that you can create your own add-ons for it featuring your own set of blueprints, yeah, I love that. And here's hoping more of those arrive soon. I think this mod deserves it. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see me talk about more Starbound mods, I have a playlist that I'll link in a card at the end of this video. You can also do all the typical supporting people on YouTube things. Hitting the like button, subscribing to my channel, ringing that bell, hoping YouTube remembers to notify you regarding future uploads of mine, all that stuff. If you want to throw money at me and help me make sure my computer doesn't die again anytime soon, more details about that in my latest vlog, I have a Patreon, I have a Ko-fi, and you can commission me to draw some art for you. Links to all of those are in the description. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye for now.